It's hard to believe anything newsworthy could come from Royal, Nebraska, population 81. And that was mostly the case until the 90s when the zoo opened. And it was still largely true until 2005 when the zoo's chimpanzees escaped, raced around town, and 3 out of 4 were eventually shot dead. Now that's more than newsworthy, that's book-worthy. For Carson Vaughn, the obsession started in 2009. He was looking for a topic for his senior honors thesis at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
And drove through Royal one day and saw a sign for an auction of what was left of the zoo and thought, I'll go see what that's all about. And then I kept digging and fell into the rabbit hole.
His obsession isn't too dissimilar to the obsession which drove Dick Haskin, the founder of the ill-fated zoo. Haskin and the zoo are now the centerpieces of Vaughn's first book, Zoo Nebraska, The Dismantling of an American Dream. Vaughn says the book is more than the story of the infamous chimpanzee escape. It's about the themes that dominate rural America, like obsession, big dreams, isolation, hope, and failure.
If this was a story about only Royal or relevant only to Royal, I probably wouldn't have spent so much time on it. But I see a lot of, my hometown of Broken Bow in it. I see Norfolk in it. I see every small town that I've ever been in. You kind of run into the same characters and the same themes that keep cropping up.
The themes drive the book instead of the traditional protagonist versus antagonist. Vaughn says despite the controversial real-life ending to the story, there's no real enemy. Everybody made mistakes, but they were honest mistakes.
I didn't walk away from studying this thinking, here's the villain or here's the person to blame. I just see it as human nature. Everybody made a few bad turns along the way and we ended up with one big mistake.
But writing the book, certainly not a mistake. Zoo Nebraska is on shelves now, and Vaughn is touring the state promoting the book and sharing its rural Nebraska story. In Royal, Michael Shively, News Channel, Nebraska.